It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Dolphins and the Patriots coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Bay State in Massachusetts. Welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Greg Wild, first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you say, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October, things start to become a little bit more clear. We know the contenders. We know the teams that have a long road ahead of them. These October games go a long way to setting the table come playoff time later in the season.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Patriots have a rookie quarterback. It is Drake May. Long past the Tom Brady era, it is May who is now the guy in Foxborough. Out of North Carolina, Greg, the third pick in this past year's draft.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Working out of the gun, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Dolphins come out on offense, and the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He led the NFL a year ago in passing yardage. Hard to believe this is season 5 already from Alabama. Greg, Tua, 26 years old, and his time is now.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. In motion, it's Waddle. The NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year, Raheem Mostert. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. They'll look to pick this up third and a yard. Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun. He's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Here's McCaffrey. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Off the play fake, it's May. He gets this complete, finding Adams. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Patriots first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, May into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
On 1st and 10, here's May. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips that time, in there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. They'll go play action with May. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable?
In trouble, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 3rd and long, here's May. He's got room to roam. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And they'll run it here with Stevenson. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Hauled in by the tight end, Henry.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. They'll try and run. And here's Stevenson. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This about as short as you can get. Ryland's kick is good. And the Patriots will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. He'll get this out to the left flat, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Waddle's able to move the chains, and starting his career, Mike, with 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons is impressive. And if Tua Tagovailoa is going to continue to improve as a quarterback, this Miami offense, yes, they have Tyreek Hill, but they need Jalen Waddle.
And he'll get this up to the 44. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Two minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Jake Bailey now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Oh, a miss hit there, off the side of his foot. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Patriots offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Throwing is May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is May. This one, downfield, looking for Henry.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Dolphins offense going to take over just before the half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa. That's to the outside. He's got Smith.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And Tua very wisely hits the deck after picking up the 1st down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw now, May. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. From there, we say, so long, America. Hello, England. As we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. J.J. McCarthy, terrific in the victory as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in that first half. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Still in search of our first touchdown of the game. We are tied at 3 as we begin quarter number 3. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Before this next drive gets started, I want to tell you what's coming up in primetime here in Week 5. First week of October. Starts tonight with Sunday Night Football. Memories of the 70s sure to come to mind as the Cowboys and Steelers meet. It's in Pittsburgh at 8:20 Eastern. Followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. It's the Saints against the champion Chiefs at Arrowhead. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
I think it's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Third and long. Here's Tua. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. On the return is Jones. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. We'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun, and it's Stevenson. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
May to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for Adams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's a give to Stevenson. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. Second down and 8. To throw is May. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Patriots. That is 1st touchdown this year.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Patriots take a 10-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's a 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That's taken in left side by Smith. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. He runs with it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Patriots offense and Justin Jefferson headed back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the option, they give it to Stevenson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Here's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, New England.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 6. May gonna look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, You just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Hill brought in motion. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there, and it's going to be third down. A shotgun snap for Tua. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down.
Personal foul.
Big call here.
Passer.
It was third down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll find Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Open man is Smith. He's got him. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Sending it deep for Waddle. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Miami.
They'll come up for first and 10. Throwing in. They'll try to set up the screen to Mostert. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Christian Gonzalez, first rounder out of Oregon. Tight coverage there. Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. Third and 3. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. There's that man again. Another catch. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. And the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. Again, it's Tua. The second down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And the offense is going to have first and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Tua to throw again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs...
And it's a touchdown! They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th, as the kickoff comes. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Now McCaffrey. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
At the 26-yard line.
Second down, 8 for the first down. From out of the gun, here's May. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now, a big 3rd down. Off the play fake, it's May. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing now is May. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. So out is Chad Ryland in a big spot here. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a win for the Patriots. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time, later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long from Foxborough.